Welcome. This is Bob Dust again, talking about C#. Today we're going to discuss extension methods in C# and how to take advantage of them. Let's take a look at some code here. And you'll see we have a little tutorial called extension tutorial. And again, there's a class that runs outside of this that executes this tutorial. So we start out with a name. And we use my name since it's a good name. So in VB, any VB.NET people out there, you're aware that we could do things like first name is equal to name dot left, name dot left to give me the left three characters of a name, and you see that in C# that is not allowed. However, C# does provide a way to add extension methods to existing classes without having, without having the source code of the original class. So let's see how we can do that. So let's, in our extension class over here, let's create a public static sorry, I got distracted, string, and we're going to say left. Now, a little unusual syntax here, we're going to use the keyword this string. Now, I'll show you what happens in just a minute. We'll use name, int, length. And what this does is it will extend any string object to include the method left over here. Now, first thing we'll do is we'll check for, make sure the name is not null. And if it is, we will return null. I'm sorry, we return name. Next thing you want to do, you want to see what the length of the string is. And we say string length is equal to name.length. Okay. Now we're going to say return if the length of the name is greater than string length, we will return the name. Else, we will return the name. We're going to do substring of 0, length. So let's look at this code here. And let's look at this code here. And so what's going on here. So the length of the name, so here, we're going to say if the, well, we get how many characters is in the name, and we will store that in the string length. Next, we're going to look at compare the length that was given to us up here in the length, up here in the length, to the length of the name. And if the length that we're asking for here in the length is greater than the string length, we will just return the entire name. Otherwise, we will return the first n characters or length characters of the name. Okay? So that's what's going on now. Let's run the code. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. And let's see what happens. We build the code. Here's our result. And we're going to do a step over. And now we'll step into my extension method left. And you'll see we have the name is not null. We will set the length to 8. So BOB space DUST is 8 characters long. So if 3, which is what we're asking for up here, is greater than 8, then we'll just return the entire name. It's not, so we will return the three leftmost characters here. And now you see we have first name is Bob. So let's continue here. And we can do the same thing for right. Let's say var last equal name dot right. Oops, I don't want pad. I just want right. And it's going to tell us that there is no method called right. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I will paste some right code in here. Now the way the right code works is we'll start the same way. We'll start the same way as we did before. And we'll make sure the name is not null. Then we'll set the length like as we did before. Now we want to do a start at, because we don't want the 0 first one here. We want the start at. We're going to calculate start at as the length of the string minus the number of characters that we want. So if the string is 8 characters long, we want 4. It'll be 8 minus 4. We're going to start at 4 down here for a length of 4. All right, so let's see what happens now. Now you notice our name up here is correct. So let's hit debug again. We'll move our code over here so we can kind of see what's going on. We'll hit F10. I'm going to skip over that. We know first works. I'm going to branch into the right code. And we see we have the length is still 8. So we want 8 minus 4. So start at would be 4. And we have substring of starting at position 4, which if you remember we have 0 base indexing here. So that would be, the 4th character would be the D here. For a length of 4 gives us a last name of Dust. And we are finished. All right. Because I like documenting my code, I'm going to put some documents in here for right. And I'm going to put some documents in here for left. Where's my left? There's my left. I like documenting my code, so we'll do that. That's it. As you can see, we took the string method and we added another method called left and another method called right. And we can now use our methods in our code. We got first equal name.left, last equal name.right. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Now you can see how we can do it, method extensions.